Hello everyone, my name is Mehek. I hope you all are doing fine and safe, and I hope you all are reading. Talking about the book that I finished reading recently, it's called Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, and that's my AC remote popping out that I have used as a bookmark. Anyways, the book is by Gail Honeyman. Now, this book became very popular in the readers community and otherwise as well because it deals on the topic of mental health and topics of depression, something that we all need to be talking in current times. The book is our main character is Eleanor Oliphant, and like it says, is completely fine. Eleanor is someone who believes that life is just about being fine. She's alone, she's suffering from loneliness, but she feels that she's absolutely fine. Um, she lives a very simple and monotonous life. She's there in the office at 8:30. She's back home by 5:30. She spends her free hours reading a book and watching television. She has her lunch by herself. She doesn't mingle with her colleagues. She has the same lunch every day and spends her lunch hours playing crossword. Her weekends are spent, be eating frozen pizza and having vodka. She believes being in a state somewhere between sober and drunk and waiting for the Monday to come and let the monotonous routine repeat again. So she's also someone she's amazing at her job actually. So she's has impeccable manners and is really good in English and grammar and is one of the best employees. But she's also someone who is socially awkward, blurts out anything that's going in her mind, hates people, gets comfortable at social gatherings, doesn't like people invading her privacy. In fact, when she goes to a coffee shop and people ask for her name to put on the cup, she feels that's rude and that's, again, someone invading your privacy. So that is what Eleanor is. Eleanor is also someone who, has never been exposed to kindness in her life. There has been, people have always called her a nutcase, or someone who has some illness or who has some mental problem. Those are the words that they use. But she's never had a family or a friend in her life to be there for her, until one day there's a guy called Raymond who joins the IT department. He's everything that Eleanor runs away from. He's bubbly, chatty, and he is unkept, unhygienic, and he smokes. And Eleanor hates people who smoke. But Eleanor and Raymond find themselves together in a situation wherein they're outside a supermarket and they help an elderly man who has taken a fall, and that's when they both come together and a sort of acquaintance in the language of Eleanor, but a friendship is something that starts developing between the two. And that's when Eleanor starts going out, meeting Raymond's family, and she realizes there are kind and nice people in life as well who are willing to go that extra mile to for example, Raymond and Raymond's mom, who are there for her, who are warm to her, who kind to her. And so she feels that there are nice people in life as well who are ready to look beyond her. So she when she was young at 10, she was involved in a house fire. That's how she developed scars on her face, because of which people have always looked in a very weird manner to her, and no one has really called her beautiful. So when she befriends Raymond, and she starts going out with him, and there's a party that scene is actually emotional. When I was reading, she's attending a party with Raymond. She goes first time to the saloon, and the hairdresser, after the makeover and everything, she looks in the mirror, and the hairdresser calls her that you look beautiful, and she starts crying, and she's like, thank you for making me all shiny, and no one has really called me beautiful. So I mean, you read that and you feel so bad for Eleanor at that moment, and you also feel happy that she finally has a friend like Raymond. A friend like Raymond is someone that we all need in our life. Raymond is finally there for her to show her that she is someone who needs help, that it's okay to have. He makes her realize, that she's someone who is suffering from a mental illness and depression, and it's okay. There's nothing to be ashamed of it. She should be, getting medical assistance. That's when he urges her, and to get a medical assistant, and that's when she starts going to a counselor and a doctor. and she finally accepts that she has a mental illness, depression, that she needs to take care of. That's when, once she starts going to the counselor, you start coming to know about her childhood and her teenage years when she was exposed to mental and physical abuse. And that's what has taken a toll on her. When she was 10, she basically lost her family, and she's been, going from one foster home to another. And because whatever has happened with her in the past has kind of left bad memories in her mind, because of which, she's lonely and she's depressed and she's scared, and she feels that people are not always nice. So, there's all through her foster homes as well, like, people thought that she's a nutcase, she's mad, and she has some issues, but no one was really, there for her to figure out why is she behaving like that, why is she, getting nightmares, or why she's acting strange, or why she's behaving like that. No one was, there to offer a helping hand to her. And that is what Raymond exactly did, offered her a helping hand and was kind to her. And and after she finally starts going to the counselor, she starts feeling better. And basically the book records the journey. It's a switch between her past and present life, and how she starts, she accepts that she has a mental illness, and how she starts coping up with it. The place where I put the AC remote is something that, I wanted to share with you guys. She says that people don't like facts. Like, if someone asks you how you are, you're meant to say that you're fine. No one really wants to know that you've cried yourself to sleep last night. And it's true. I wonder that in our daily lives also, I've seen so many times, I ask people how are they, and if they ask me how am I, and before I can reply to them, that I'm doing fine, they jump on to the next thing. So how many times each one of us in our daily life, actually wait for someone to reply when we ask them how are they. Are we really considerate, or are we really sensitive to know what their reply is, and to are we genuinely interested to know how they are doing? So I think these are all questions the book deals with. The book is, funny also at a lot of instances, because Eleanor is someone, she's so honest in her thinking. Whatever comes in her head, she blurts it out. So the book is, honest also at a lot of places, and places that talks about her childhood and whatever she's gone through, and the phases that she's felt extremely lonely. And those are extremely obviously sad and really touching. But like the book says, there's one message that the book gives away, that everyone, each one of us has problems. But the only way to get rid of those problems is to open your heart, find that one person in life, and give them a chance. Like Eleanor, she's a person who never gave chance also to people, also because she was scared and she's had such bad experiences. So she kind of built a wall around herself and never allowed anyone to enter in. So I think that also is very important, that if you are someone in that situation, it's important to give people chance. There are people out there who genuinely want to help you, and be nice to you and offer you that helping hand. So that's what Eleanor, she trusts her instincts, and she allows Raymond to put those wall downs, and offer her that helping hand. And that is what works for her, when she finally opens her heart. So yeah, that is what this book is about. Eleanor Oliphant discovering that life is also about greater and happy days. I would recommend this book to each one of you. Even if you are not a reader, please give this book a try. It's a very immersive read, and you come to know about a lot of places, when each one of us, maybe you've never been at a situation where you're depressed, but maybe you've been at a situation wherein you felt very lonely in life, and you don't know what to do with your life. And I think it's very important to be to read this book and empathize with each one. Each one of us are fighting our own battles, and we won't discuss that out in the open. But I think this book allows you to be uh, you know get an idea about what the people go through, and empathize with them, and just be a friend and offer people a chance to talk and open their heart in front of you. So yeah, that is what the book is all about. It's a beautiful read. Please do give it a try, and let me know what you think about it. Thank you so much. Happy reading. I'll see you next week with another book. Thank you.